Right, hello everyone. So this is the House Chess Puzzles competition. All you're going to need for this is to know the rules of chess and a bit of paper to write your answers on. On your bit of paper, your solution to each puzzle with name, house and tutor group, and one way or another get it back to me for marking, maybe via your tutors. In the dream world, if you know how to use chess notation, I say dream world because it makes it a lot easier for me to mark. And all you have to do is put the first letter of the piece that's moving and then the square it goes to. I'll show you what I mean on the next slide. But the kg6 would mean king to g6, qb7, queen to b7, and we use an n for a knight because the k would be confusing because of the king. Good luck, everyone. So here's the first puzzle. Just to clarify what I mean, you can see each square has its own name. It's a bit like a treasure map with coordinates. So A to H along the bottom, 1 to 8 along the side, and that means each square has a name. So the white king, for example, is sat on G1, the black king on G8. Simples. Okay, so this one point because it's relatively straightforward. White to move and checkmate black in one move. Just write down what you think the move would be. And that's it. You can obviously pause the video if you wish to and have a bit of a think, especially on the more difficult ones later. So I'm moving on to the next puzzle. Press pause if you want now. This is puzzle 2, still relatively easy, so only 1 point. Black to move and checkmate white immediately. So pause if you want to. When you worked out what you think the move is, just write it down. And I will move on now. This third one, slightly more difficult. It is still white to move and checkmate immediately. So it's one move, but worth 2 points as it's a little more difficult. Pause if you want. I'm moving on. This time it's black to move and give checkmate to white. Again, 2 points because this one's a little bit more tricky. What's the move here for black? Press pause if you need to. I'll move on in a sec. Okay, black to move. What is the best move here that can quickly win the white queen? So this time isn't about checkmate. It's a chess tactic, what we call a tactic, that can win material, can win pieces. 3 points for this as it's quite tricky. So write down what you think would be the best move for black in this position. You might want to pause this one and have some thought. Moving on now. Now this one is another tactical trick. White can win the black queen for just the white rook in 2 moves. And obviously the queen is much more valuable than the rook, so that would be good. So what is the best move for the white player in this position? 3 points. Press pause if you want to. I'm moving on. This one, white can give forced checkmate in 3 white moves. So it'll be white plays, black plays, white plays, black plays, white gives checkmate. Only one way to do it. 3 points. How? Press pause if you want to. I'm going to move on in about 2 seconds. Okay, this one is white to give checkmate in 2 white moves. So it'll be white moves, black moves, white gives checkmate. It's completely forced, but how? 4 points for this one. Moving on now. Puzzle 9, black to move this time. Now this is 5 points. This is a really, really tricky one. This is not necessarily about checkmate, although when I do the answers for you, you'll see that checkmate is sort of involved. But black has a really good move here that wins material. What is that black move? Press pause if you need to, and I'm moving on in 2 seconds. Puzzle 10. Now, white can give checkmate here in 2 moves. So white moves, black moves, and then white checkmates. So how? 5 points for this one. Press pause if you need to. Moving on in a couple of seconds. Okay, this is tricky. 5 points for this one. White to move. Now, the only winning move here, there's literally only one move that wins, and it's all to do with trying to get your pawn to the other side of the board to get an extra queen. Tricky one, this, but it's a very well-known sort of endgame puzzle amongst experienced players. So can you find it? Press pause if you want to. And I'm moving on to the last puzzle in a sec. And this last one, again, 5 points, very, very tricky. It's not a checkmate, but white can move and win basically lots of material very, very quickly. What's the best move for white here and why? Again, pause if you want to. 5 points for this one. Otherwise, that is it. So you just need to write your moves down get them back to me, and I will do the marking and tot up all the scores, and we'll see which house group wins. I will also do a separate video with all the answers, of course, so that you can work out where you got it right and where you got it wrong. Good luck, everyone. Hope you enjoy the puzzles.